What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Citizen Talk. I do apologize for the no stream last week. We both have been quite busy with work. And, we all know work pays the bills, and currently this does not. So, kind of have to focus on that. Tonight we got a good one. Got some new content to talk about, new ships. Checking on how hacking was going and the cheating epidemic. But Knight, how you doing today, man? How was your week going so far?
It's been quite a week. The patch has been an emotional roller coaster. Work has been even more so an emotional roller coaster. And like today, I literally, one of the reasons why we're starting late is because I was literally sprinting home from work because I had to work longer. But overall, I'm good. I'm doing all right. I can't complain. Yeah, that's sorry for the lame intro, but I'm literally just hopping into Orison right now so I can run to my hangar so we can get ready for ship of the week and everything. But while I'm doing that, I'll do a quick intro for myself, and then I'll pass it back to you so you can take control while I'm running through the labyrinth of Orison. But my name is Mr. B Knight. You can find me on twitch.tv/MRBKNGHT. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and quite often on the weekends, as well as doing Citizen Talk here. Yeah, I'll be on stream just after we finish Citizen Talk tonight, and that's all I've got to say about myself. So I'll pass it back to you, Mr. Evil, and take her away while I'm running my ass off across the planet here.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. So as you guys know, if you've tuned in for the last couple of Citizen Talks, I am Evil Tactics. I am a part-time content creator, streamer, whatever you want to call us. On both YouTube and Twitch, backer for the last 10 years of Star Citizen, and hopefully going to get back into streaming once I figure out schedule, because life happens and work has been working part-time at a gig I used to do, and then finally got word that I'm starting up. So Citizen Talk will also be shifting days, ladies and gentlemen. We will be switching over to probably Saturdays. That way we have less conflicts, and we can even run this before Org Night.
Details forthcoming.
Yeah. More details to be hashed out, so TBD. And I'm kind of glad because last week I kind of fucked up on my goatee. I was shaving and I took too much off one side, so the last week I have had no hair going down the sides. So I just had a mustache. Yeah, so I just had a mustache up top and then the jawline and the beard.
So the real reason why we didn't have a stream or podcast last week was not because you overslept. It was because you had baby face and you didn't want to show your face. It's okay.
Well, no.
That's fine.
I overslept, and two, you ran really late.
Like I said, work has been absolutely nuts.
Yeah, so no. Yeah, no. We didn't do it because reasons.
Reasons, life, yes.
Yeah, so
what are today's topics, sir?
Today's topics. Obviously, we always go into newbie info, which 4.21 is a hot mess of newbie info. Gives us a lot to talk about. Mainly, we're going to quickly touch base over the cheating and hacking problem that has been hitting CIG a couple weeks ago. It seems like it's kind of plateaued. It's kind of diminishing. I haven't run into any issues. Then we're going to talk about 4.21 so far, what issues we've run into, possible workarounds, how it's been going, the excitement we're having with 4.21, and
or lack thereof.
Yeah, kind of lack thereof. But
Just to play devil's advocate, both sides.
4.3, if there's going to be a 4.3, and what we'd like to see, because they could just jump to 5.0 at this point, so who knows. But yeah, will we get a 5.0 patch in August, or will it be a 4.3? I don't know. Considering there's no 4.3 on the roadmap, it just goes straight to, I think, 1.0.
I thought they were already working on 4.3 because as soon as they announced 4.2.1 or released it, they said they were, or am I getting 4.2.1 mixed up with 4.20? Because one of these patches, they had announced that they had already. Oh no, it must have been 4.2.1 that was an Evocati, as the same day that they released
4.2.
2.0.
Yeah. Yeah, so 4.2.1 went in Evocati when they released the one we're dealing with now. All right, so we're going to start off with Ship of the Week. Night, what do we got? What do we got?
I'm still running orders back to the station, so hang tight. We're almost there. We're getting there.
We already know what the ship's going to be, but we're going to get to see it in game.
Yes, as long as I still have it, because I don't recall if it's still in my ASOP anymore. But
you'll get it for a month.
We still have the sheets. Hey, there's the Fisher Price armor that people are getting.
Yeah, no. So being subscribers, we get it for a month.
RSI Meteor, where are you? There you are. It's stored. Let me retrieve. Perfect. And I've got to go to my extra large hangar for this ship.
Now, have you flown it into combat at all? Have you?
I have not, and one of the reasons why I have not touched this ship yet, and I know there's usually a big hype around brand new ships, is because there have been several members in our organization that have either tried the ship out or purchased it for themselves. We do have one that I know for sure that purchased the ship, and within the first day had melted it and bought something else.
Okay.
There's a lot of mixed reviews with this. There's a lot of people on the internet that are praising it, love it. They like the design. They like what it's for. There's also a lot of people that are trashing it. So we're I am going into this with somewhat of a neutral standpoint. And I kind of, to be honest, I was kind of saving this for today because I wanted to give an honest, first time reaction to the ship.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch back over to blank here so you can actually see what I'm running up to here.
So she is a fun ship. I did actually get to fly her a little bit.
Yeah, nice.
I did take her out for some combat missions.
Okay.
Them size 5s hit like a freaking truck.
Okay.
Other than that, she's got a use space. And I didn't realize it because I didn't really read the page on when they were talking about it. I do not own the ship, mind you. I don't have the money to buy another ship. I do not plan on buying it. I want my fucking ironclad.
Me too, brother. Me too.
So I did not know the Meteor is technically an interceptor. It's not meant for dogfighting.
Okay.
So while it is a medium fighter, medium with air quotes, because CIG likes to pull likes to pull some stuff over our head every now and then. Yeah, she's a interceptor.
I'm looking at the ship right now, and you can see me walking around it. You've got the web page up. I've got the live feed of it, and this thing, to be completely honest, I know it looks a lot. That there's a living space in the inside of this thing. I'm still trying to find the way in. I found out the elevator's underneath it.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
That was another thing that kind of threw me off. I'm like, okay, this is a weird entrance.
It looks like a crawl space, but then you actually notice that there's a space here. You go up into the middle of the ship, and then there is a bed.
It's deceiving. That ship looks smaller on the outside, and you get inside, and you're just like, holy shit, there's a lot of room.
Yeah, it's like a studio apartment in here, and I think that doesn't.
You could
do
load
anything.
cargo in that bitch. Single SUs and maybe 2 SU boxes, but you could load some shit in that.
Is there an actual cargo attachment?
No.
Or
No.
are you saying like take the SUs and put them up in this?
You might be able to fit a single SU box up there. I don't know if that hatch is wide enough though. I haven't tried it.
I've not. I mean, well, I'm not going to run across the hangar to figure it out, but
No.
I do like the fact that it's like a little living. You have a little living quarters. You got a little kitchenette thing over here. I assume that's what it's for. There's storage down here. Some of the buttons don't make sense. Like, why do you have this open button down here? It almost seems like there's supposed to be something that opens over here. What opens back here? Okay, these are the cooling units. That makes sense.
Interesting to have the elevator shafts in the way of those.
Yeah. Oh, here's the
shitter.
bathroom. Yeah. Okay, close. Is it the okay? That's so. If I turn around and try to use this bathroom,
You're gonna get crushed by a door.
I can't. You're gonna get crushed. Your legs. You're gonna get. Well, maybe.
I mean, it's kind of angled that way that we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, here, let me switch this over to.
Also, at the same time, if this is a single person ship, and this is meant to be like a bachelor ship,
Yeah, I mean, I guess
who's gonna close the door anyway?
Well, and like that's what's weird about the Meteor. Is it's got a gun rack in the middle. You know, it can hold some stuff. But what's weird about it is, yes, it's got, you know, dual size 3s. It's also got 2 size 5 ballistic cannons, bespoke, so you cannot change them. She is quick. I will give them that. She is zippy. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm in the Gladius when I'm in this thing. She's zippy. But, again, they have her tiered as a medium fighter when their own page lists it as an interceptor, rapid intercept.
Yeah.
So
I could see the interceptor part of it. I could definitely see it in that role.
yeah, because it flies in, it knocks you out.
You said medium fighter, right?
I believe it's a medium roll.
If this is a medium roll, then why does this thing look bigger than the F8C, which is classified as a heavy, which has smaller guns and like, you know what? I'm going to pull up the F8C next to this thing. Let me go park this off to the side. And I want to compare the two. A heavy quote, I'm using air quotes here, a heavy fighter compared to a medium. Just for
I'm pretty sure
namesake, I'll call this a medium interceptor.
I'm pretty sure if you go to the ASAP terminal, it's going to list that as medium fighter.
I do love the windows here. I kind of wish the pilot seat was just a little bit further forward, because I think it looks like the glass goes out much further. So there's a lot of open space right in front of the cockpit. So I wish this just jutted out a little bit more. It does. It just spins you around. I think, yeah, there's plenty of space where you could slide this up just a little bit more for some horizontal visibility, but I do love the big window.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely longer than the F8C, unless it's just throwing us for a loop. But then again, heavy fighters in most games, just like naval ships, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, were not technically, because we had light cruisers, for instance, in the U.S. during World War II that had big ass guns on them. So the light and heavy mainly talks about its armor. So medium armor, this thing should be able to take some hits. I
have heard reports that the armor, or at least the shields or the armor on this, is like paper thin.
Yeah, so scroll down to...
okay, it's going to be a minute for the F8C, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
So scroll back. Does it list the...
where are we? RSI. And you go, RSI. Please don't... I was working my butt off last patch, so don't mind all the Wicklow ships.
How many do you have now?
Quite a few. I was like, I accumulated lot of things. It is a medium fighter.
Yeah,
I accumulated a lot of the parts and kind of rat holed them. And then when I found out that the parts were changing, I'm like, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go out and like start getting them, because I thought, 4.3
Yeah.
with the changes to the Wicklow and being able to select which ships you'd be able to get, I was like, oh, okay, now I can turn all this stuff in. I can pick the ones I want. But then I found out, oh, you get to pick what you want, but the recipes change. So I'm like, oh, great. So I just took all whatever I had out there, and I didn't want to risk losing it. So after racking all that stuff up over 2 freaking patches, or 2, however long we've had the Wicklow stuff now, I just turned it in and got a bunch of different ships. So yeah, this is listed as a medium fighter, and then the F8C is listed as a heavy. Now let's see the.
Now,
What
what is funny about the Meteor is Jared did say before this ship was announced that it was going to punch above its weight class. So as a medium fighter, she's not what I want to say. She's probably, because I forgot. Let me pull it up here. What are your shield generators? Oh,
I think they're size 1s.
yeah, I think they're dual size 1s, if I remember. Where the hell's my tech specs?
Which, no offense to me, that is a complete turnoff right away, because I'm not a wuss. I don't mind going into fights, but going in with dual size 1s is just.
She has.
Let's take a paper airplane into a gunship fight.
Yeah. So the Meteor comes in at 30 meters in length, 17 meters in width, 8 meters high. It's got a SCM speed of 229 meters a second. So she's
That's pretty quick.
pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, sorry, not to cut you off. Like, take a look at this really quick. So where you can see where the pilot seat is, and then how much space there is from to the nose of this glass. I know you don't want to shove the pilot like way up in here, but you could definitely have the pilot, his feet like hanging right here, and still have plenty of space. And you'd have like almost
it's RSI. They got to have them
almost
goofy cockpits.
Yeah, you'd still have like a 180-degree view.
I mean, you look at the cockpit of the Polaris. There's so much wasted space in that cockpit.
Oh yeah,
so much wasted space. Okay, so 229 on SCM. They do not have the nav speed on here, but I believe it's 1500, something like that. So she's quick in nav mode.
That is quick.
Power plants, one size 1 quantum drive, another size 1 jump drive, only 2 main thrusters, 2 retro thrusters, and 8 maneuvering thrusters. For a ship that size, 8's pretty good. 4 on top, 4 on bottom. And then you get over to systems. 2 size 1 shield generators, 2 size 1 coolers, 1 size 1 gravity generator, and 1 size 1 life support. And 1 size 1 battery. I don't know what the fuck batteries are for yet. But, okay. So
I imagine the batteries will have something to do with engineering when that eventually goes into play, because backup batteries, backup systems, something to that effect. I see them kind of like fuses. I'm already looking at this compared to medium fighter number 1, medium fighter number 2, and then as soon as my F8C spawns here, we'll have a heavy fighter, again, air quotes, a heavy fighter to compare them to size-wise.
And what's funny about this is, okay, let's think about what an interceptor normally does. An interceptor in modern times is quick, light, and agile. It's meant to get in, knock out whatever, get in, do what it's got to do, and get the fuck out.
Yes.
It's meant to, be used in junction with an interdiction ship, to where someone interdicts you, they come in, they knock you out, whether it's soft death or, they just shut down your systems with distortion.
Yes.
And then people can do whatever they want to do, because these size 5s are going to hit. And they do. They hit hard.
And they're ballistic, so your shields aren't going to defend against it.
Like, I took this thing up, went up against a Caterpillar, and I actually knocked engines off the Caterpillar with pretty simple ease. And someone already did a
No.
test with how many shots it takes to knock off an engine on a Polaris with this thing. It's like 15. I think it's like in between 15 and 30 shots.
That's not bad.
And it's really not. And you think of how long it takes with energy weapons and other ships of, or what weapons of comparable size, you're sitting there for 100, 200, 300 plus rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So they're hard hitting. And, you know, it says they have two, but they're double barrel.
Yeah, I was looking at
so
that
you
too.
realistically, you're getting 4 shots on target with those size 5 ballistic guns. And then you got 4, is it 4?
Yep, four
size 3s.
laser repeaters. Yeah.
Which are not bespoke. So
Then you switch those out with attritions and
oh, dude, you hit him up with attritions, you're gonna be knocking down
or
shields.
Panthers.
The fuck is that? Oh,
That's just my. I'm using this so I can get aerial view. I was waiting for my. My next one is. How am I climbing into this thing? The glass even pulled back. Sorry.
So I really don't see a massive use case for the Meteor. Price point, I kind of called it. Said in between $250 to $300. She's $240 to $260. So, okay. 240 war bond, 260 standalone. The paints do look good though. The red on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, I love it. See if I can pull the paint up. Which one is that one? Is that shimmer? No. Bolide. I'm sorry, the black and red. Black and reds are my color. That just it just looks good. But then again, until Maelstrom comes in and we actually have armor values on each and every ship that's going to differ, we don't know how the ships we currently fly are going to handle come 1.0. Which is what a lot of people need to keep that in the back of their mind. Take it with a grain of salt. We don't know how these are all going to handle just yet. But if I had to guess, yeah, I'd probably.
A lot of guessing with SEG, but you can't really put a finger on something.
I'd still rather take out the Super Hornet or the F8. Is the Meteor more maneuverable? Most likely. Is she gonna punch harder? Sure, but if you're going to use the Meteor in a dogfight, you're going to run into issues because she's not meant for dogfights. Again, interceptor. There's actually the Meteor might be about the same length as the F8. Let me guess, you pulled out all the Wakela ones, right?
No, just the F8. This is my pledged F7C.
I'd get it closer if you're going to try and do an aerial for size comparison.
No, I'm going to put the Meteor between the two.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it gets quite a few missiles. 2 size 3 missile racks with a 2 size 2. It gets a ton of missiles.
If it's got a bunch of missiles and it's intended to like take out possibly an intercepted ship or a disabled ship, this definitely does pair well with the Mantis, which is what its predecessor is. And I know that's going to make some people salty because one of the biggest conversations that people are having right now is, why do we have another variant of another ship
instead of
the new ships? So yes, I told you
she's freaking zippy, dude.
I just tapped the boost a little bit and I'm like, oh crap, let's not do that. I don't need to be like, hey, I'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah. Well,
Here's a
he
word from the
respawned.
hospital.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, she's definitely bigger. Definitely. Okay, now that you landed, yeah, she's what we say, probably 10 feet.
Let me scoot this up. I'm trying to use the dots on the ground to. All right, I might have the meteor just a smidge further on the nose, but I mean,
That, to be fair, it's not gonna make much of a difference. But yeah, I mean, based on what I can see, she's a little longer than the F8, which I guess I could pull that up. Let's see, F8C. Which is also an RSI ship. The F8C is 25 meters, so the meteor is only 5 meters longer.
okay, I think I got these all lined. I'm gonna go back out. I'm back out to. I actually like that angle that I was looking at the meteor at. I could just use the outside camera, which gives a good comparison. But like, this is in a row. You've got a heavy fighter to the left. You got a medium fighter to the right.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be like a medium fighter with a cabin, which almost seems a little overkill. So here you go. Here's the overhead view. It's a little bit skinnier than the F8C. It gives a similar vibe to the Hornet and like in terms of slenderness. The Hornet is definitely a lot shorter.
So I can give you the exact measurements of both. Give me 1 second. All right. We'll go from. We'll start off with the meteor. The meteor is 30 meters long. The F8C is 25 meters long.
Okay, so you got a whole 15 feet
Yeah.
difference.
The meteor is 17 meters wide versus the F8's 24 meters wide. And the meteor is only 1.5 meters taller than the Lightning.
Which is interesting because the 1.5 meters, is that off of the
Probably off the
the
nacelles.
spine, or is that off the yeah?
Nacelles. Is Trekkie much?
Yeah,
But here's the difference. F8C, heavy fighter, 207 meters a second SCM speed versus 229.
mm-hmm.
So, meteor's not that much quicker, but 20 meters makes a difference in a fight. You are slightly outgunned in the regards of number of guns. Well, no, actually, you have more guns technically with the meteor.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 8 guns on the F8, and then you've got technically 6
Well, no, 8.
on
You got 8 on the meteor because it's dual barrel.
the dual barrel.
I'm gonna count those
Okay,
each as
so-
one gun to be fair.
Okay, so you're equally gunned.
Yeah,
Does
except
this thing
for
have-
it's
does-
size 5. So that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one caveat to it.
Sorry, equal in number of guns.
Yes.
Outgunned size wise, which I don't get why the F8 doesn't have size, like more size 3s. Why put size 2s? I get that the wings are small out there, but you could definitely mount the size 3s tucked in a little bit more to get some more space to put bigger guns. And then underneath, you could have put size like 2 size 4s. And then I think those are size 2s on top as well, which is like, why is that a size 2 turret? Why it should be a size 3? Oh, maybe that was our size 3s. Because the Hornet has size 3s, right? Yeah, those are size 3s.
Yeah. Hornets both size 2s and 3s. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's interesting because the F8C, again, folks, is a heavy fighter, not a medium, definitely not a light. They may feel squishy right now, but that's because the armor systems have not come into play. They will with engineering, and they will with other stuff. Let me pull up DPS calculator quickly. I want to see something. All right, F8C Lightning. Okay, here's where the F8C is going to out health pull the Meteor. It's got 2 size 2 shield generators. It's got a size 2 power plant. 2 size 1 coolers. So just right then alone, the shields and power plant, you're going to outdo the Meteor. Meteor size 1s across the board. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean the God, that Hornet looks so small.
It really does.
That thing looks
And
tiny.
looking at the cockpit, it looks like the cockpit is actually huge compared to the rest of the ship, whereas the Meteor's cockpit, when you're inside, it looks like the thing is absolutely tiny from the outside, but you get inside and it's huge. And then you go over to the F8C, and the F8C, the cockpit is literally a one person. There's no living space in this ship. It's literally, I'm curious to know like what's in the inside of this ship that all that space is being taken up.
I'm sorry, you just used the words cock and huge twice.
Shut up. It's been a long day, man.
Oh my God. Sorry, folks. We had to throw a little bit of humor in there. I'm tired too. I've been out in 105-degree heat working outdoors all day, so yeah, I'm I'm tired.
So is it strictly all like the engine systems that are inside this thing? It seems like every ship, like look at the Meteor, the engines that push the Meteor forward don't look anywhere near as big as what is required to move the F8C.
Yeah.
Like what's on the inside of this thing?
It's armor, missiles, and components.
Well, you have the missile racks on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't only have top rack missiles on the F8. I believe you'd have some belly side too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's got belly launch too. But I mean, yeah, it's one of those ships that there's no good answer for use case. It's too early to tell, I guess, is what we should really get at with the F8. It's too early to dictate, not F8, the Meteor. It's too early to dictate.
I would have to actually
the
get
use
out
case.
and use it.
Yeah. For bounties, sure. I would be curious to see how it does in like VHRTs, HRTs, with some of the larger ships. So, I gotta grab my water bottle. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm out of water.
I mean, personally, I don't mind the look of the ship. It's got the classic RSI glass. The fact that this thing has so many guns on the front of the ship, it does look intimidating. And I would definitely think twice about trying to go up against this thing. but
Oh, hands down. I would think twice about going up against this thing solo, for sure. I mean, you better be in something way more nimble, like an arrow, maybe. What?
well, I just parked my Razor in front of this thing, and I'm like, I'm done with the Razor because I don't need any more aerial shots. So
You're going to see how many shots it takes to take that thing out?
let's see how many licks it takes to get it to the center of that Tootsie Pop.
Now, are you going to use just the ballistics, or are you going to use all guns?
Let's do all. I'm gonna power up. I don't need any shields because I'm not going up against anything here. Let's go to gimbal mode. Does gimbal mode? Yeah, the guns do move around a little bit.
Actually, you know what? Do just the ballistic.
All right.
What are they called? Leonidas?
Leonidas? Yeah, Leonidas. Leonidas. Ballistics. Oh, hold on. I definitely have to back up. Let me target this thing. There we go. Now, wow, 2 shots done.
Two shots. That thing's done. All right, aim at your Hornet. I want to see. Just the ballistics.
Hornet. And the shields, I left the shields on. This is just ballistics. Here's 1 shot. Oh, it does a double tap. Engine's already red. 2. Entire body's red. 3. Hornet's dead in 3.
All right, F8, you're up next.
I'm gonna full dead that, so once I get done with this, I can scrap it. Why am I still getting it? I'm still getting a marker for my. Okay. I think I shut down systems in my Hornet because there are, or my F8, there are no shields up, so might be, well, shields aren't a factor when you're shooting ballistics.
Not fully, yeah.
So there's 2. That's 2 shots. 2 clicks.
That's 8 rounds.
4, yeah. 8 rounds of ballistic, and my F8
doesn't even seem
body,
like it's...
the hull hasn't even turned red yet.
Okay,
that's another
6.
It's finally red. There we go. It didn't take long after the thing went red.
16 shots. Technically. So it took 16 shots with the ballistics to technically take out the F8C. Took 6 shots, so for a 12 for the Hornet, and only 2 for the snub nose.
Correct. And the cannons, I feel like the capacitor is so low on this thing. You only get 16 shots per gun at full charge.
I mean, to be fair, I really wouldn't want them any higher. That ship's already. That's just to help get the shields down, I think.
True. So you go in, shields down, and then boom, you hit it.
Or you just leave them all on and you just go ham with everything you got.
That's also another interesting thing. This is stagger mode, so you're going bop, 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 bop with every shot. And stagger mode over here is a bit quicker. So if you're going in stagger mode, the firing behavior is quite a bit different than... Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I mean the Meteor.
I'm definitely gonna take a look at and mess around with this, especially with some of the maybe the HRTs. I still have yet to see if some of the loot that we're looking for in 4.2.1 is in VHRTs. We have confirmed that they have taken away cargo ships and ERTs. All you get are hammerheads and what I would classify as other interceptor or escort ships. So you don't get the you don't get like the C2s and the Caterpillars that you used to get on ERTs. So VHRTs, we have to confirm whether or not some of the loot pool is there. Anyway, yeah, that is the Meteor, and I can't say I would recommend because I don't have a full opinion on it, but I would dare someone to explore it a bit more.
Yeah,
Before they
I
pick it up.
mean, if you're strictly combat pilot, you're not going to be running cargo. You're just doing escorts and maybe jumping in prior to your cargo ships getting there in your org. Sure. Maybe it's a use case for you, but for me and my playstyle, nope.
Yeah, definitely
I
not.
honestly, I'm going to sit here and my daughter's who's in my lab is probably going to agree. I'm not going to recommend it. Not for $260.
No, definitely not 260.
200 maybe because
Ye-
yeah, I mean
mhm. Yeah, I could see 200 because it has a bed, gives you the option to log. Yeah, I could see that. Because I was like comparing it, looking at like the Gladius versus the Hornet versus other ships. Obviously, you can't compare it to the Aurora, which is RSI's extreme intro ship. But it does have a bed. It does have decent fighting capability. You said it's zippy. I'd honestly say rent the thing and see if it works for you before you go out and spend $260 on it.
we have a co-host.
Boom! It does have a good explosion effect.
Yeah. We have a co-host tonight.
Hi there.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of which, I am going to turn my face cam back on. So get my ugly mug off of there.
All right.
Just kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. B Knight in big size. Yeah, I mean,
One could say huge.
it's huge. It's huge. Yeah, I mean, so okay, quick overview, Meteor, what we just showed, the guns, they fucking hit hard. Night, honey. They hit hard. At least on an F8. I mean, hell, if your F8 had shields, I want to say it probably would have taken maybe one more shot. But use case scenario, we don't know. We know it's an interceptor, but Citizen Talk does not recommend yet. Again, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is not in the game that will impact us giving a definitive do we recommend for that.
This thing's doing a bunny hop in my hangar. That is hilarious. It's bouncing off the elevator.
Yeah. In its current iteration, nah.
Nope.
Jared, is it a cool ship? Yes. It looks cool. The guns are cool. Maybe give it better shields.
Yeah, I could definitely. If it had better shields, I would probably use it from time to time a little bit more. I will definitely experiment with the high risk and VHRTs and whatnot.
Yeah,
eventually.
I'll do some more dicking around with it on this weekend, but yeah,
Are we doing?
it's one of those ships.
Are we doing? Are we doing the meow challenge except in dick references?
I don't know.
Because you were mentioned earlier, like I mentioned cockpit and huge and whatnot earlier, and now like you're like dicking around.
My mind went straight to the gutter earlier. Yeah, I know, dicking around. I mean, you want to get us going on euphemisms? We can definitely do that. And sexual innuendos. Oh boy. All right. So ship of the week.
Let's move on.
Ship of the week. Cool. I like it. I like the design of it. The interior is a little meh, but yeah, Meteor. It's cool.
Ta-da.
It's about all I can say for it. It's cool.
That's all I got at the moment too. Until there's more to do it with it.
All right, so we're gonna glaze over this one real quick. Cheating and hacking problem that was in 4.2 during Free Fly Week prior to 4.21. Seems like whatever back-end stuff CIG did seemed to fix it, because I have seen 0 videos come up online showing a hacking problem anymore. And again, we didn't experience any of it. So
I haven't. I've actually been. I feel comfortable to the point where I'm running around with the Wicklow armor. That now that I say this, don't come try hacking my Wicklow armor off me. But I actually feel comfortable running around with it on now. But yeah, there haven't been any videos. One of the biggest issues and problems that we see right now isn't necessarily hacking, but people mistaking typical Star Citizen errors and issues for hacking. I do see a lot of it in global chat happening right now where, oh my God, my backpack disappeared, or oh my God, this piece of leg armor went away, or there's no more cargo in the elevator, and people are going, somebody's hacking. And no, they're not hacking. It's a typical Star Citizen problem. I myself, it wasn't this was prior to all the hacking hotfixes, whatever CIG did to counteract this, but I had a backpack that got yeeted out into space, just disappeared. I was out doing the ASD mission by the worm. I had to set my backpack down and poof, gone. It wasn't stolen by somebody else. Somebody didn't hack it away from me. It literally just disappeared because that's Star Citizen sometimes.
Yeah, I've had that happen with guns. You know, I go to take a gun off of a corpse, and the one I had in my hands or on my back just magically disappears. Again, it's not someone hacking. It's not someone cheating. It's just CIG. It's Star Citizen. Welcome to the club. You've been Star Citizened. That's literally all it is. And I wish people would stop with the, oh my God, it's hacking. Like, oh my God. When you said that, the way you said it, it reminded me of when 4.21 went live. The Facebook groups. Oh my God, it looks like it was a partial wipe. I'm missing this, and this. Like, no, dude, it's a known freaking bug.
It definitely gives those vibes. Also, I will bring up a point about our third topic here, the excitement and whatnot. I'm gonna come back to that because I have a few things to say about the release of 4.2.1. But yeah, I totally get it because I totally get what's ouch.
The release.
Oh yeah.
It's been one of the bumpiest.
A lot of people were freaking out about it, and it totally gets to what you're saying. It's the vibes of, oh my God, they did a wipe. No, it's just the known problem.
Yeah,
not
every patch in a game. Not every patch that's in a game that's in alpha is going to go smoothly. Come on.
You've definitely had to have a lot more patience with this patch. So
yeah, and 10 years of backing this game, going through patch after patch after patch. You know, we're only in 4.21, but dude, there were so many patches. Hundreds, if not thousands of patches that just early on, it was rough. And yeah, it's just one of those things. It's, if I can give anyone as a new beginner advice, do your research before you go into Spectrum, before you start hitting Reddit and you start hitting Facebook and making a fool of yourself. Going, CIG did a partial wipe. No, it didn't. Read the patch notes that are coming out for the next patch. It tells you LTD or LTP, long-term persistence enabled. If it didn't, it would say right there, full wipe. But I mean, I don't know. The cheating and hacking, yeah, it's gone from what we can tell.
I will say for the most part, I don't want to say it's gone because I imagine somebody's already working on another hack or something that
these guys
CIG is going to have to deal with it. Yeah, no, they don't. They don't have anything better to do because there's a lot of money
in selling those hacks.
Real world money selling that stuff. So
yeah, and I mean, you know, CIG has to respond relatively quick with that because it's not like, okay, Call of Duty. Perfect example, right? Everything in there is cosmetic. It's not actual armors. It's not actual guns. You know, it's all cosmetics.
because otherwise, Otherwise, it'd be pay to play or pay to win.
Yeah.
So they can't do it. But yeah,
CIG has to respond relatively quick to cheating, exploiting, hacking, because especially when it's impacting players' inventories. If you're stealing something off a player and it's not, and they're not able to get it back, they have no choice but to respond to this relatively quick, because that entails real world money.
And theft. Yes.
Yeah, and that is legitimate theft. These hackers and cheaters are not just breaking the game and hurting the developers and hurting other players. They are straight up stealing legitimate earned stuff bought with real money, which here in the United States, you still, what is the retail theft in most states? $900?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I know here where I live, it's like $900. Anything over $900, it's a felony for retail theft. You are going to jail. And guess what? Black hatting and hacking in a game, if CIG gets your information, which they have, they can turn it over to the authorities. Or they can be subpoenaed, because this is impacting real world money, to turn over that data. And guess what? You might end up with the FBI knocking at your door going...
Or Interpol.
Yeah, or Interpol, depending on where you are in the world. And you're going away in handcuffs. So don't do it. Don't be a dick. You want to be a dick? Go pirate. 4.21, perfect for pirates.
Oh, yeah.
But just leave it alone. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, as far as I can tell, as far as I think Knight can tell, it's dried up for the most part. Maybe in other servers in other parts of the country, in other parts of the world, they might be having issues. But for the most part, the servers we play on,
yeah,
minor. It's negligible.
A lot of the hacking seemed to be. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but a lot of the reports are coming from the Asian servers.
Yeah.
And I've been staying off of those, so I'm fingers crossed that this is, for the time being, a thing of the past. It'll come up, it'll rear its ugly head around at some point again.
Oh, of course.
But for the time being, I feel comfortable at least again walking around in the armor that I spent weeks grinding for.
Yeah, no, or the ships. Imagine if they could steal your ship out from under you.
Oh, if they were able to steal a pledge ship, I would not only be pursuing legal action as much as I possibly can to find whoever stole it. I know there's not much I can do because I'm just me, but I would definitely be going after CIG for, if it was a pledge ship and they stole it from my account and they hacked it. I'm like, you are responsible for providing this thing that I bought for you, from you, or am pledging for you. So it's already getting me flustered. So I'm not.
It's even a rabbit.
Like,
dude.
I hope it doesn't happen.
It is a rabbit hole. It is. It is a rabbit hole. It is one of those things. And yeah, same thing. If it happened to me, you bet your butt I'm coming after not only CIG, I'm going after Easy Anti-Cheat. The company that's supposed to be protecting you from this. And guess what? I didn't agree to no form stating that I won't pursue you if my shit gets hacked. Not for using Easy Anti-Cheat. I'm sure there might be something in the EULA, but guess what? The game may be an alpha, but there's still real world money tied into this game. So as long as that's a problem, they have no choice but to continue with development. They have no choice but to protect your inventory for on anything that's pledged. If it's one in game, I can see them going, well, tough luck. Go back to grinding, which would piss me off with the F8 because they changed what you need for that now. That's like ridiculous. I'm glad we got ours.
Insane.
Yeah, I'm glad we got ours when we did.
Yes.
But hacking more or less gone. Yeah, at least in the
Okay.
servers we're in.
Yes. Let's jump to section 2.
Section 2, Knight. Well, you take this, and it is 4.21. So far, what issues have we seen and possible workarounds?
So we've already clearly been expressing our frustrations with 4.21, and we've already said ouch. And there's several things that we've brought up about this thing.
This thing.
I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it a patch. I don't want to call it a mistake. I don't want to call it. I'll call it a step backward. Okay,
Wait,
that's
we're talking about 4.21, or we're talking about something specific in 4.21?
4.21. I will call it a step backward.
Yeah, considering 4.2 actually went smooth, and that was an actual. That's a sandbox activity that is permanent, and that is.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And I was actually going to wait to bring this up until our next topic, the excitement around 4.21 and the hype and everything. But
I guess they kind of both intertwine.
They really do. I personally think that compared to, and keep in mind that I've been a backer of the game since February this year. So March, April, May, June, July, 5 months, all of 5 months. I've experienced a lot, not as much as Evil has experienced, but compared to, and based off of what he's told me, compared to what he's gone through over the years that he's backed this game and what we've gone over in the last 5 months and how many patches they've pushed through,
which is insane.
From 3 point whatever I jumped in on to 4.0 to 4.11 to 4.220 and 4.21. Out of all the patches that I've experienced, this is probably the worst one that I have experienced, because they had all this momentum going into 4.20 and how well that the missions were going, the sandbox event was going.
Yeah.
From Hathor into the ASD missions, it was like, oh wow, this is actually really refreshing. The event is fun. It kind of burnt out rather quickly because not a lot of people were participating in it, so you didn't really get into the fights and protecting, and we didn't get to utilize our entire organization for all the different facets that we have and roles that we have for everybody that plays the game. But we were able to, implement medics. Everybody had a task. You're the drop team, you're the flight team, your protection, whatever. There was a lot of things that went really, 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 really well with 4.2. And then here comes along 4.21. And on day one, things were breaking left and right.
Yeah.
Elevators were not coming up properly. You would go and call up your freight, your workload, and on the elevator with nothing on it, you watch the elevator go down with nothing on it. It would come up saying, the elevator has reached max capacity. And that was even after splitting some of the boxes and putting a 1 SU box on the elevator.
Yeah.
That is one error. Another issue was that, and I didn't experience this, but I've been kind of keeping track of some of the forums. Some people were experiencing a shortage of the missions that you could accept. Starting with the intro missions, apparently there was a problem where the intro missions just weren't populating for people, and that's what you have to do in order to get access to the rest of the missions for these corporations to make progress for the rest of the patch, the event or activity, whatever you want to call it, because CIG doesn't want to call these events. They're activities, they're things you can do. So people were left standing, waiting around, just trying to call up these missions or wait for them to pop up, and you were left having to snipe them in order to actually do them, which just turned a lot of people off to the game right then and there. They're not sitting around waiting for a mission to pop up for half an hour just to be able to play the game. It was ridiculous. And on that note, to further compile that problem with the missions being short, the actual missions themselves there was 3 different missions you could do. Let me pull up the contracts really quick because I'm still in game here. You have a couple different options, and so it's not surprisingly enough, there was another hotfix that went out today, and we'll get to hotfixes in just a second. There was protect the ship missions where you had to go out and protect a ship, which simply would give you the SCU count that was on that ship. You got to pick like small, medium, large. And it would give you the SCU count credit towards the goal and the end goal when you completed the mission. There was problems with that. The ship that you're supposed to defend was ending up inside the asteroid. There was times where the ship was getting blown up before you were even on location. And then one of the biggest problems is with the mission itself, being able to accept it. There was one mission on the entire server that everybody was trying to snipe and get. So again, you're left sitting for half an hour trying to get a mission and you can't.
Yeah.
And similar things are happening with the shipment missions. And then the third mission was you have to retrieve the ship and you have to like actually EVA over to it, get the ship and get the cargo off and not get shot, which is another thing. And I'm looking at right now in the contracts, there are none of the defend the ship missions or retrieve the cargo. It's only the shipment missions. So 2 different methods of trying to get the cargo for this goal for the corporations you can't do.
Yeah,
and this is after.
Go
ahead.
Well, and they're either broken again, which they had stated today in Spectrum that there is an ongoing issue with these 2 missions, but so they know it's popping up at first when you first join into the server, it'll populate, but it'll disappear once someone accepts it. Now, the problem I have with this, Knight, and you might agree with me, is if you've got a mission that requires a certain location for you to go to, and you don't want it being sniped by one person, that mission should have multiple spawn locations.
Yes.
And
that's what they've done with the hauling missions, which I am thankful for.
Yeah.
They've fixed it. It's to the point where not everybody is being funneled to the same exact location.
Which they need.
So
they had to fix that.
Yes.
Because if you got to go to a planet side and you're not, the problem with that is not only does it leave players out to be pirated while they're waiting in the line, but, and yes, risk versus reward, but you're breaking your own flow of gameplay because you're sending everyone to the same location.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a pirate, it's money.
It's a gold mine.
Yeah, it's a gold mine. If you're a salvager, it's a gold mine. Because there's going to be plenty of ships for you to scrape.
Nope.
Oh, no, that's right. They're in armistice zones.
They're in armistice zones. So that was one thing that a lot of people looked into because there are I actually noticed a few reclaimers and vultures that were hanging around the pickup locations, and you can't do that because they're in armistice up to a certain point. So that closed out one of the gameplay loops that you can't do like with all these ships. But I will also say another fix that they put out for that is if your ship is landed at some point around the landing point, it is considered a no parking zone, and your ship will be impounded within a minute. So that is one thing that they have added to try to fix it. On another note, that's also created another problem for people that are waiting in line. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Evil, but one of the things a few days ago, just experiencing. Sorry, I've got my others. I was experiencing with somebody that was helping me do one of the cargo missions is that we were in queue for these locations that we're pulling a heavy cargo haul mission out of, and there's only one elevator. So we have me and my crewmate, and 3 other ships, mainly rafts, because rafts are just being used left and right in this patch.
They're great.
They're amazing. They're phenomenal. If you have a partner, one of the best ways to do it, have somebody stand in the elevator, just launch the crates underneath the raft, and all you have to do to load the raft. Yeah, it's just the person that is receiving the crates, you just touch the crate with your tractor beam and lift it up a little bit, and it's just sucking itself right to the bottom end.
Oh
God!
God!
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, what
so
we were
fast.
having, we did a heavy, and we had
Yeah.
that elevator off. Like I would empty it, just flinging boxes out of this, and by the time he gets the last box up, the elevator's already coming back up with the next load, and I'm already back in that elevator, just flinging these boxes at him. Like we were in and out of there in what, 3 minutes?
We had the thing loaded in less than 5 minutes. I actually used the same technique. So I was flying my C2 solo the other day, last night actually, when I was off stream, and I had a guy land with a raft, and I still had stuff to load, and I was like, I'll just help this guy get going with his stuff. I could hear him in VoIP. He was trying to talk to me. He's like, "Hey, do you have any more?" And I'm like shaking my head in game. Yep. And I'm like, just go, like pointing my flashlight at him, like, go, you go ahead. And I did the same thing. I got in the elevator. He was standing under his raft, and I started launching crates at him, and he's just like snapping him. He literally, before he left, he's like, "Holy crap, that was quick." And he's like, thank you. And like, if I would have, I keep my microphone off in game, because I don't want to, talk about my stream and whatnot over live broadcast on the game, because I don't want some troll coming into the freaking VoIP and whatever. It's
Right, saying something that might get you banned. Yeah.
That, or just in general, I try to keep it chill vibes. Anyway, so I was using that technique, but yeah, the point was that there's huge pluses and huge negatives. Mainly the negatives are the queues waiting for other people to finish loading their crap at these locations. But on the flip side of that, and I've got another note for this, but the positive point is it kind of brings people together that you're not normally used to playing with, and like getting people to like cooperate. I found myself getting out of my ship to literally speed people up by helping them offload, because there's a lot of people out there in solo rafts right now loading these heavy cargoes, which is 180 SCUs, by the way. That's 1836. That's what, 45 4 SCU boxes.
Yeah.
On their own, and it can be done quickly
if you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But there's also people trying to bring in their atlases on the bottom. They're trying to take their atlases with them, but we found a lot of people just dropping atlases off for other people to use, which is, it's convenient. Don't get me wrong. That also clutters up the cargo space too, because I've actually landed on Atlas that was parked and my ship started teetering. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, and what's funny about this too is, like, okay, I want to throw us under the bus here because this kind of leads into the next section. You mentioned it's kind of forcing you to commingle, right?
Yes.
You have to get out of your ship to help someone load their ship, right? Because you want to get in, and you know where I'm going with this.
I was gonna say, I think I know where you're going with this, and this. Oh my god,
this is great.
This pulls on heartstrings.
Oh god, it does. So, for instance, you land, whether you're in an Asgard or you're in your own raft or a C2 Caterpillar, whatever ship you're doing these missions in. We land, we get out, someone's loading, they're taking forever. We'll both, like for instance, me and Knight were in his Asgard. We both hopped out, started helping this guy load. He was in and out of there, I think probably within 5 minutes of us getting there, because he had to fix some of his placement on the actual raft's underbelly. But it forces you to commingle. And in a good way and in a bad way.
Lo and behold,
enter Senior Evil and Senior Knight in an Asgard.
And Machina.
Yeah, and Machina, the org we're part of. We get to one of these points. We start helping this person out. There's 2 rafts there. One's being actively loaded, and there's ships just waiting in line, right? I mean, as we're there, more ships are coming. So these places are very busy. We get out. We land. We help this guy. And right as this guy takes off, all you hear is, he's taking off. The rest of the org starts saying, on it, we got him. This guy doesn't even get in the nav mode. Now, okay, sorry, no, this guy did. The first guy got away.
Yeah.
So we just go to start pirating him. Guy number 1 gets away. Guy number 2 lands. We're sitting there flashing our flashlights. Hey, man, we're going to give you a hand, blah, blah, blah. Get this guy loaded up. He don't make it. We just took 180 SCUs of cargo from someone who's trying to do a mission, loaded them up on another raft or in the Asgards, and those ships went on their merry way. And then the next ship, and the next ship, and the next ship. I mean, I think we got like 4 or 5 in a row. And this is going to tie into 2 different things because it's going to go into newbie info and the experience with the piracy. Now, mind you, in order for us to stop these guys from getting away, we are interdicting them. We have someone in a Cuddy Blue or a Mantis with that quantum damper ready to go.
And the QI, too. We had one of those up in the air as well.
Yeah, and the QI. And we're loaded with distortion weapons. So we're not worrying about killing you. Now, mine, sadly, the fall back to the planet is what kills you. So
we tried doing this ethically for the most part, not trying to completely dismantle the ship and whatnot. We just take the cargo and you take your ship. Bye.
Yeah, like we were giving people the option, hey, you can either give us 3/4 of your cargo and we'll let you live, or you try fighting us and we're going to take all your cargo and just effing kill you.
That's actually what happened.
9 out of 10 times it went the latter.
Yep.
But
that's actually what happened to one guy, because he was actually trying to talk on Global, saying, "Hey, I got guys coming to help me out. You try to get over here." And they were all. He was trying to do the whole thing. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of it. We've been guilty of it. We've got guys coming. Whatever. A couple of people show up with Idrises and a Polaris and whatnot, and then we show up with multiple Idrises and multiple Polarises and a swarm of ships and within a matter of minutes their entire fleet is obliterated.
Yeah, because
they went quiet and global.
Yeah, because they're coming in with one guy on a gun in a Polaris, another guy on a gun in an Idris. We're coming in with crewed ships, 30 to 40 some odd members. These ships are crewed. You're in a solo, maybe 2-person Polaris, Idris, whatever ship you're in. You stand no chance. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun. And I'm going to touch on a point later on, too, about what 4.21 has kind of introduced, has kind of showed what Star Citizen really is. And people are going to hate me for what I will say later. But it goes into, don't trust everyone.
True.
We're not all your friends. There were a few times we were just nice and loaded people up, got them the hell out of the way. I mean, when me and Knight ran and did solo a couple runs with a couple of other guys, we weren't pirating. We didn't get pirated, but we weren't pirating. You know, we're just running these missions, and we get it. You know, you're wanting to make some money or unlock this stuff and get these skins, which I'm going to be running ham this weekend to do on Saturday. But It's 4.21 forces cooperative play. In both good and bad ways. But you know what it really showed? The type of game Star Citizen is. Let's think back to 4.2. Okay? We have the ASD locations. Actually, no, hon. Let's go back to Hathor, ASD, and now this. Hathor. We're fighting players left and right. We're PvPing left and right.
Yep.
ASD. Not so much any PvP. I mean, at first, maybe for like the first day, but for us, not so much. I mean, these locations were, we'd go in, we'd clear them, and we'd hold them for the next 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, we had guys joining the org because of that.
Yeah. Roll on over to 4.21. A lot of PvP. And people will say Star Citizen is not a PvP game.
It is.
It begs to differ. The game itself begs to differ. The player base begs to differ. It is a PvP game because you got Hathor, which was you didn't have to go in and kill everyone. You could have all gone down into the mining hole and mined together.
Mm-hmm.
No one did it. They wanted all that had night for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted the key cards for themselves. They wanted the batteries for themselves. They
all want to be first to the Polaris.
Yeah, they want to be first in the Polaris. And then you get ASD. Yeah, there were a couple instances, I think, of, a little bit of PvP here and there, but nothing crazy. And then here we are with, what the fuck's this thing called again? This event?
Resource Drive?
Yeah, Resource Drive. Now you've got Resource Drive. It's a PvP fest. I mean, you're looking at pirates and solo people begging for other players to leave them alone and not interdict them and not attack them, not steal their loot. Star Citizen is a PvP game. It has PvE elements in it.
I was gonna say I would say that it's meant to be a PvE how do you put it? PvE PvP?
PvEVP.
There we go. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
What you said.
Player versus environment versus player.
It's why is my ship up there? Sorry. It is a space simulator where you're going to end up simulating a lot of different things. You can simulate mining. You can simulate space trucking. You can simulate space bandits.
Yeah. You can simulate every
get
aspect of life that you deal with we deal with on planet Earth, but it's in space. We have pirates in reality. We have
thieves.
Mercenaries. We have thieves. We have murderers. Yeah, we have bounty hunters. We've got truckers. We've got the military. We've got all of it.
Medics. Yeah, this is. I keep on bringing back this analogy, but this game is so close to being the Oasis from Ready Player One. It's not even funny.
Oh God, yeah.
Like the purpose of the Oasis was to live life in a digital world that you could do and be anything you wanted to be.
Yeah.
The only difference that the Oasis has versus this game, obviously, stability. Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
It's because what's his name didn't develop it.
Yep, it wasn't James Halliday. Obviously, I mean, there's a lot you can do with the characters. You can pretty much make your character look like an alien. You can't, change the height or distort into something that's like really crazy yet. But it's leading to try to be something like the Oasis. You get the game loops perfected, you get the server meshing perfected, and then you start adding in what can you do with the AUEC or the UEC eventually what can you do with it? This other than buy ships and buy parts and components and whatnot. Eventually, there's going to be base building. You can buy homes. You can buy planets.
Craft
There's
items
gonna
that someone
eventually
else doesn't have. You can sell it.
Exactly.
We're going to have player stores coming in
there's gonna
1.0. So
I could eventually see there being space casinos where you can go in and gamble your UEC away.
Okay.
Which I don't know. That's going to be a legal issue because you can actually legally buy AUEC with real money. So
they're gonna have. I was just gonna get to that. I was just gonna fucking get to that because when you said casinos, I'm going.
That comes. They would have to pull UEC off of
the pledge store.
of the pledge store, which I don't even understand why AUEC is in the pledge store to begin with. Because for you beginners out there, I'm going to give you a little tidbit right here. One, skip the tutorial. Find a friend. Go on Reddit, go on YouTube, find a guide, anything other than the tutorial.
I'm a guide on the RSI website. Hello.
And talk to evil.
Find Knight. Mr. got $4 million on his second day of playing the game. Find people like us. We're going to show you the way. You can make millions in this game in a few hours of gameplay. You do not need to buy in-game currency with real...
That's going to get wiped anyway.
Yes, that's going to get wiped anyway. And, oh my God, I have never given that much thought. How stupid that is. And I'm sorry.
I knew as soon as I saw it in the store, it was done.
And I'm sorry if this comes off as being mean to a new player. But if you buy in-game currency on a game that's going to wipe it all away, except for your pledged items, you're an idiot. I don't mean to be so mean, but I need to start wearing my common sense as a punishment shirt again. Because, wow. But you can make millions in this game.
You can.
Hours. You can go salvage. You can spend an hour salvaging. You find someone with a reclaimer. Me. Or,
rent a vulture, rent a mole.
Rent a vulture,
Mining's
rent
a really
mole.
good way,
yeah, mining. One good scrape off of a decent-sized ship is going to net you millions. Probably 2 to 3 million just for that run. Just in scrap. And then you got mining, where mining's a little more slower paced because you actually have to refine it. But even unrefined, you're still talking 50,000 to 200,000 a run. And if you don't refine it, you can make multiple runs in a single hour. So you might be up 1 to 2 million in 1 hour.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does not take long.
No, and it oh boy. I mean, don't buy UEC on the pledge store, guys. Find people, join an org, have a good time, have fun, learn the game, and you'll do just fine. And that is also one of the best ways to avoid piracy and how to handle it is find friends. It's a big universe.
I love this segue that you just did because that pulls us into the next point. Now, to kind of button up the whole newbie thing and a shameless plug here, I'm on a lot more than Evil is right now, and I found myself trying to, I don't want to say recruit people into Star Citizen, but there's a lot of people that have been asking about it. You remember Lexinator, Evil?
Yeah.
The very first time was she got her RAM into her computer and she got started up and running. She's really excited to try it out. She's nervous because there is a lot to learn about this game. Don't get me wrong; it is not easy to learn in one day.
There's a learning curve, big one.
There are things that I'm still learning to this day, and I've been playing for 5 months. But I've enjoyed
10
it
years
to the
and I'm
point
still
where
learning shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm enjoying it to the point where the bugs are. You have to have patience. And I'm adding things to my computer. I got a new monitor because of it. I got flight sticks on the way eventually. Anyway, the game
It turns into a hobby, dude.
it really does.
Yeah, it turns into a hobby.
To help people enjoy the game, I am actually going to start creating how-to guides on YouTube, and something that is a little more geared towards what the tutorial should be. When Lexinator started, I was literally step by step. Okay, first thing I need you to do is become my friend on Star Citizen. How do you do that? Well, you first personally have to log into the game, get into the verse, and then back out and exit the menu so you can see the social menu, and then you can add friends from there. That's how you add a friend. That is not explained anywhere from the start to finish process of playing the game at all.
Because there's two ways of doing it. You've got Spectrum.
Yep.
You can add them through Spectrum, and you can add them through in-game. None of which is explained. And being a guide for RSI, it's one of the things that. Well, it's one of the first questions someone's going to ask. How do I add you? Well, you got two ways. Spectrum, in-game. But they don't tell you how to do it. They don't tell you that you have to, before you can even add a friend, have access to your friends list, you have to select a residence. You have to select a spawn point. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad she got the game. Can't wait to actually, we'll have a chill night one night, and the three of us can go run some of these resource drives and kind of teach her I don't know about letting her fly the ship. Might blow up. Well, I mean, I blew us up anyway because I ran into the turret by accident, even though I swear I cleared that.
We got Star Citizen that I blew you up to, so we're even.
Yeah, right. But I mean, hell, that's great, dude. She got the game. She's playing it. I mean, to be fair, Tungsten, I met him in Star Citizen.
Yeah.
When I was first streaming this back in 2017, I think was when I really started streaming. No. When I actually started, 2015. When I started back in this game, I started streaming it, and that's when I met Tungsten, my buddy Untamable Wolf, who lives like 10 minutes down the road. Yeah. You'll meet new friends. No, me and Knight met in Star Citizen on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
They
found me through my Twitch Twitch stream, and
I mean, it's one of those things. And I mean, if you're gonna do guides on YouTube, fucking great, dude. Fabulous.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be. I know there's a lot of how-to videos out there, but it's more so like the content that I've been finding doesn't take you step by step to explain. Hey, have you ever played Elder Rings or anything like that, or heck, a campaign mode in Call of Duty?
Yes.
No,
yes.
Scratch that. Even better. I will go back to the original Halo 1 when you're loading in as Master Chief. They show you, okay, we need you to make sure you can control your character.
Yep.
So this is how you do it.
Yep.
So I'm going to create. I don't think I can get as in depth and like these are the buttons you need to click because I mean,
oh God, no.
God knows
you'll spend an entire
keybinds,
video over keybinds.
Yeah, keybinds in Star Citizen are the most complicated that I've ever seen. But what you can do with them, I actually appreciate because the keybinds are layered to do specifically what they're meant to do while you're doing the specific thing that you're doing. So if you're flying, the F key does something different than when you're on foot, or if you're mining, the F key does something. So it's very complex. I'd have to do a complete, you said, a different video.
Same with the Z key. Z key in a cockpit gives you free look, but you can't control your weapons. When you're on foot, Z is your look around.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, I will say on your newbie info thing though, Reddit.
Yep.
While Reddit is good to a degree, you will run across a lot of sour people towards Star Citizen. So I'm going to add a few onto that. Follow Twitch streams. The Star Citizen guys. Yeah. Me, Knight. I'm gonna plug some people here. El Guapo. Fucking Enterprise. Red Monster. Space Tomato. I mean, there's so many other people that you can follow to learn about this stuff live and ask these questions. Enterprise is probably one of the best ones, honestly, because he'll answer it live on stream. And then guess what? He's going to make a YouTube short explaining that answer so you always have somewhere to find that. And because a lot of times our VODs aren't published right away. So if you ask something live on a stream, but you want to go back to that stream, sometimes they're not up right away.
I'm horrible for that. Like 3 days later, oh yeah, I forgot to publish this
I
because
think you were like 2 months late on one of them.
yeah, there was a couple of them I had to go back because they're.
Yeah,
I
just
love the guys that I
reasons.
play with, but I have to. Sometimes I have the wrong Discord channel and you can hear them and they say the wrong thing, and I got to make sure that I'm posting the right VODs because
Major Wood.
I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, most of the stuff we say is, I'd say PG-13 to rated R.
It's nothing that you wouldn't hear in a comedy club on a Friday
Yeah,
night,
yeah.
but it has to be in the right place, the right context. I could have somebody in here that's, I mean, it's any stream. Somebody could be
Yeah.
in here for a chill stream and then suddenly it turns south. Like my parents, for example, they came into a stream one night where, sorry, Chrono, I'm throwing you under the bus. Chrono was talking and they have not been back in my stream since because how many times he dropped the F-bomb in 30 seconds.
Your
So-
folks came. I can at least say this: my folks have never tuned into a stream.
My
Because
dad, I appreciate him being there, but he comes in and he watches the stream from time to time. So yeah.
Yeah, no, my folks can't figure out how to find Twitch, so I'm good. They do know
Is
how to
that
find
the thing down the road?
Yeah, they do know how to find me on YouTube, but
Okay.
not so much on Twitch. But yeah, I mean, so you got Twitch, you got YouTube, you got Reddit, you've got some Facebook groups, and then of course you got Spectrum. If you have a question, it's on there somewhere. Someone has asked it, and it has been answered. Whether it's 10-year-old answer, does it still apply? Maybe.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
I know-
something you're going to have to figure out for yourself.
There's also, I know this isn't really a resource for answers, but the issue council. That's a, for those of you who are new to Star Citizen, that is a place online through the RSI website that you can go to report a bug, which I think that should be something in game, but that's a whole
It
other
will
thing.
be. So,
But it can be a resource as well to find out if things are being worked on, or if there's already a workaround and people are just reporting it because it keeps on happening on like client side. So that's also like, hey, is this being reported? Is there a workaround? Is there a fix to this? And that's another resource. So yeah.
so they just did shit.
Bang.
The Vegas thing. I can't
Oh
think of the
yeah,
name
was
right
in
now.
like
Yeah.
Vegas Con or
Yeah, Vegas Quantum, some whatever. They did the Vegas thing, and they had one of the developers. He's one of the back end guys, so he does everything behind the scenes, not actual active game development, but he's the behind the scenes dude. And one of the questions that was asked is, when is Spectrum coming to the Mobi-Glass? And because it's supposed to be tied in that way. He mentioned that it's going to be a lot like the Steam. Well, they have two versions of it. They have one where it's going to be like Steam overlay, shift tab, pull up Spectrum right
that'd be
there.
nice.
Yeah, that would be beautiful, even if it's just get it running. But having it in on your Mobi-Glass where it doesn't pull you out of the game, like the shift tab function would be great because it doesn't necessarily pull you out of the game. But so that's two ways that they're talking about doing it. One is a Mobi-Glass version, one is a shift tab version like the Steam overlay. Cool. We need that. We really do. We need to be, but I think a lot of stuff's going to come in when they do the UI update.
Yeah, that new UI is beautiful. I cannot wait till it comes in.
Oh, the
and
journal
hopefully
is
it works.
just a tease. The journal entry for the resource drive is just a tease of that new UI too. Because the rep tracker is going to look that way. But I mean, yeah. So we went through, skip the tutorial, find a friend, go on Reddit, Twitch, YouTube, Spectrum, etc.
And don't forget the people who got you into the game. If you found this game through YouTube and you're like, oh, hey, what is this game? And the algorithm just kind of pointing in that direction, it's whatever. But if you've got a friend that got you into the game because they want you to play with them, please, for the love of God, don't give up on us. Ask us about the game. Like, if you run into bugs and things, yeah, you're gonna have to be patient with it, but we will help you through that because there is a bit of learning curve with some of these things that you have to deal with.
Yeah, SGS.
So ask the people who got you into the game how to play. Don't just ditch them.
Yeah, because
just say
they obviously they got you into the game, so they have the experience. You know, yeah. You know, I could throw out a couple names of people who. I mean, I got into the game because I saw Chris Roberts' YouTube video originally, or the announcement of this, and I'm just like, ooh, I won. Like, I didn't even, like, my first pledge ship was the Aurora. You know, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was my very first pledge ship. And I'm just like, I flew around, did some combat missions. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Stopped playing it for a little bit because it was just a hot, buggy mess. Came back, saw some new ships, pledged, you know, upgraded, you know, and the rest is history. And I've now dumped over $2,000 into this game. But
$2,000. I mean, 10 years later.
Yeah, $2,000 and a subscription that's been running for 5+ years now. But yeah, you know, definitely don't forget the little guys. You know, don't forget the guys who actually got you into the game. You know, or and even better, to touch base on that, don't forget the guys that got you into the game. Don't forget the guys that have helped you in the game. The players you meet randomly in the verse, and that you've become friends with, and that you've ran missions with. You know. And this will tie into one more thing for newbies. Join an org. Get with
that whole podcast on that.
Yeah, make some new friends. You know, I know we've mentioned the last couple times we were trying to do our System After Dark, and it just has not panned that way because Org Night has run either stupid long and late, and most of us just get burnt out and tired and just want to go to bed. But I mean. Yeah, there's so many areas to find the information you need to learn how to play the game. You know, go to Knight's videos on YouTube once he starts publishing them and creating them. Come over to the podcast where we're going to, you know, there's going to be a podcast, you know, when we get out of these crazy patches, when the patches are going to slow down. So probably next year, who knows how this is going to go next year. We might be full steam ahead again. You know, because next year might be just like this year, just boom, 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 boom. And now we're sitting here going, well, when are we going to have time to talk about this and that? You know, it might come into a 2-part podcast.
Mini-series, yeah. I'm really excited for when 1.0 eventually goes into effect. And it goes from, okay, we're talking about patches to we're talking about updates as if they were like, you look at Call of Duty and Fortnite, for example, they've got these seasons.
There's always a fucking update with Call of Duty, though.
Yep. Call of Duty is a bit nuts, but like Fortnite, I think they do their updates and their seasons the right way, where every couple months they bring in something new after everybody's had the chance to play through. Now, I get Fortnite has a huge player base, so it takes people a bit longer to get through that. So that's why they've extended it. But I would like to see that this game has the foundation built. It's got everything that it needs, and 1.0 is established. And then eventually the new updates are just the new things, the in-game lore that comes to fruition in real time.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody just discovered a new star system. And then this season's event or activity is travel to the star system, explore and discover these planets and unlock them, and maybe
I would love
like
gameplay like that. I'm
it-
never been
and if
big on exploration, but in Star Citizen,
Wouldn't-
I'm willing to give it a go, dude.
wouldn't it be cool where you have to explore to find the place where you're going to call home and find like you go out scanning into this brand new star system that you know where the main star is and you know where the nav point for the jump point is. There's a temporary little space station somewhere just so you have a place to refuel and whatnot. It's just
Yeah.
like it's a umbilical to the
Yeah,
main system.
It's a little hub. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hub. You stop there, you refuel, and then you go out and explore, and then you find as planets are explored, they'll start popping up here and there. But for the most part, you have to discover them yourselves. And if it's unclaimed, you can buy you can buy the
spot of
planet,
land.
and that's your home. That's your home planet. You can claim it. That'd be really, really cool. Actually, I would like to see that game evolve to that point. If that's the direction they're going to go, cool. I highly doubt it because I just pulled that out of my rear end. But they are planning on expanding to different star systems, and there's just so much potential that you could do with this game.
Imagine this. Imagine you're out flying around, you know, right? You're in an unexplored system. You come up across this massive asteroid belt. And this asteroid belt's got, I mean, Frank. It's got Frank in it.
It's got Frank.
Yeah. Frank.
By the way, don't
Frank,
run into Frank.
Yeah,
He hurts.
don't run into Frank. Frank is this massive asteroid out in Pyro that if you're not careful, you're going to run into it once you jump to a certain point. But imagine being able to go, I can't build a space station yet. And I don't really want to be on the planet's surface. But what if I was able to use my prospector and drill into the asteroid and build my base inside the asteroid to where you literally have to drill out the section for the hangar. You got to drill out the section for the halves, you know, so you drill out these massive airlocks first. That way you can get in there. You don't have to be in an EVA suit. Technically, you have to get some form of atmosphere in there. But you can drill out a massive asteroid and get a base like Grim Hex in the asteroid. That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. You could build some of these asteroid bases. That would be something I would love to do. I would love to have an asteroid base.
It's a literal man cave.
Yeah, literally. But mind you, we know, being that this game is an alpha and that there are a lot of changes coming down the pipeline, that's probably a very, very, very far stretch, if ever a possibility. I mean, but yeah. There's so much. Like, dude, okay, you just said you're exploring a system and you come up to a planet. Now you have to get down to the planet's surface. Well, first you have to scan it in atmosphere. Find out if it's even hospitable.
Mm-hmm.
Can you survive without an exosuit? Maybe it's like Venus, right? Acid rain. You know, stupid hot temperatures. So what are you going to mine on this planet if you do, surface mining at your base? Well, who knows? Maybe it's got a massive amount of iron in its core, under its mantle. But you have to scan these, which leads up to the exploration, which they have exploration ships. Just we don't have it in the game yet. But dude, yeah, I'm gonna get lost in this game at some point, and I ain't getting no damn younger. So hurry up and fucking release it already.
I know,
Finish
right?
the game, But yeah, I mean, there's so much I want in 4.3 and 5.0 and 1.0 and. What is your problem, cat? I ain't even touching you. You're meowing at me.
Rip meow.
Yeah, right, meow. She
But to get to that point, they're gonna have to fix the problems, and like
they're working on the elevators. They're working.
Yeah,
on
the elevators, the freight, the newest hot patch. Well, not the newest because another one came out today. The newest hot fix yesterday. I couldn't believe this one. It was so dumb. You couldn't put anything on your personal freight elevator that was more than one SCU high. If you stacked it, the elevator suddenly became overloaded. So if you were running any of these resource drive missions to unload the 180 SCUs worth of cargo that you had, especially if you're on a raft, you had to do it layer by layer and one SCU level at a time.
Where did that come from? Because when we ran it on Saturday, we didn't have that issue at all.
I don't know if it was fixed. I imagine it might have been addressed in today's hot fix, but yesterday it came from yesterday's hot fix. When I logged on and I was running these missions, I could not stack anything higher than one SCU, which was annoying. And thankfully, several of us are on playing last night where we could warn others like, hey, don't take any components out of your hangar because you won't be able to put them back. Somebody pulled up a TS2 yesterday, which is currently $12 million, 12 million credit, a quantum drive. They pulled it up and they couldn't put it back down and they lost it. Oof. So, yeah, hopefully I'm going to test that out here in a little bit, but they need to fix that. They need to fix the mission stability, the server stability. There's been server errors left and right. And like my overall thoughts for 4.2.1, before I cover the whole piracy thing too, we need to touch on that because I have a few thoughts on that. As I like the concept. I like the fact that it kind of forces everybody to work together instead of like stabbing each other in the back. It makes me less afraid of other players in the game instead of, oh my God, there's another player. I need to run away from them. Granted, with what I'm going to say next in the whole piracy thing, like you still have to look out for people that are lingering around these pickup locations. Thankfully, I have not been interdicted while flying solo. And I really hope it's these hot fixes I hope CIG is learning from them instead of just let me toss this out there just to get this fixed. Like it seems like they fix one thing and then something else leaks and something else breaks.
Yeah, like I got interdicted the other night. Luckily, I was in my FAC. So they interdicted the wrong ship because I managed and I was already in Quantum. I got pulled out of Quantum.
Oh, so they snagged you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got Quantum snared. And it was a Cuddy Blue. And I'm literally like, okay, what the hell? And I get the warning, interdiction, So I turn, see him, and I start shooting at him. And of course, I'm in an FAC. He's in a Cuddy Blue, which, don't get me wrong, it's a maneuverable ship, but they didn't realize how maneuverable I was and yet how decent of a pilot I actually am. And I managed to distract them enough. I think I knocked out their quantum snare drive or their quantum interdiction because I was able to turn around, hit nav mode, get away, and then spool up again. So I must have knocked it out.
Knocked it out, or he got smart and disabled it so you just leave.
Yeah, because I think he realized, like, oh, this isn't a cargo ship.
Like, I don't want this guy sticking around.
Yeah. But, I mean,
so
piracy.
Good.
I mean, what are your... We've done it.
We talked about it a little bit earlier. Yep. So oh God, that pulled at my heartstrings. So we've been in Machina. We like to test things out. Mm-hmm. We like to learn the different facets of the gameplay. So we do the missions. We play the good guy. We play the bad guy, and then we find ways to perfect each of those gameplays. Which Evil, I have something to share with you later. If you are doing these resource drive missions, do not get tunnel vision. if you get comfortable and you get tunnel vision, especially, it's almost like you have to have pyro mindset where you have to have your head on a swivel times. Yes, you are safe at the landing pads, and yes, there are things CIG put in place where you can't just have your stuff stolen. Like if you're at a landing pad, for example, and Evil and I experienced this a little bit the other day when we were helping people load, is once things are attached to the cargo grid on people's ships, it's attached. Only the person that owns that ship can unlock it unless you go into the ship and unlock the ports. But that's another thing in Armistice Zone. If you go on somebody's ship, you're going to get teleported for trespassing or whatever it is. Don't get tunnel vision, because if there are ships out there, they're going to be hovering, waiting for you to leave. So make sure you take a look around, see if there's any ships that, is there a Hornet laying around? Is there a Mantis? Is there a Blue, like couple, 20 kilometers out, just waiting? Fly in the opposite direction of that ship.
Learn your ships. Learn
the ship. Yeah,
learn the ships, because again, keep your head on a swivel. I'm a concealed carry holder, so I'm always naturally head on a swivel, right? But even in these games, like half these guys the other night did not expect. Hell, they didn't even know after the first one went up, and he actually escaped. The rest of them didn't even know that
we had 4 or 5 ships literally take off from the same point, and not 2 kilometers away, the ship that was ahead of them is hitting the ground, exploding, because there's an org out there.
Yeah.
Taking out the ships that they take off.
We're only 2 clicks away. You can see the battle from where you're at. But all these players are tunnel visioned into moving the cargo from the elevators onto their ship, or vice versa, and they're not paying attention to what's going on around them. And they're not paying attention that, we may be acting like, hey, buddy, how you doing? We're your friend. And then quick flip switch, we're going to kill you. Like,
I felt so bad. There was the first guy that we're sitting there waiting, and there was a line, and I'm like, we're not getting anywhere, so let's just touch down and help this guy load. And I'm usually, like I said before, I'm going to do tutorial videos to help people get into this game. That's what I do for a living. I train people, I help people. That's my nature.
And here comes the how to be a pirate video.
and this guy literally, as he's getting into his ship, he's like, thanks guys. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And again, I've got my FOIP, like I don't talk to anybody. I do body signals and whatnot. I'll do emotes and whatnot, but
do the wiggle,
I swear to God, if I would have talked to, I think I even said this out loud. I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry for what's about to happen to you.
You did say it out loud. And
oh my God.
It's just one of those things. It's like, I thought the same thing. I was just like, are we really going to do this? Did we really just help this guy out just to fucking kill him and steal the loot?
Yep. Now, for the record, and Chrono has even said this out loud, and he found it funny because we were all laughing about this yesterday. To pay it forward, we're trying to do ethical pirating here, and we also we do.
What is ethical pirating?
You let the guy live. You let him take the ship. We just take part of the loot. You keep the rest. You pay a toll for going through space. It's ethical pirating. Okay. We don't just blow you up. One of the things that he said he was going to do, and I was actually thinking about doing it myself, is at some point, we're going to get together as an org, or just a group of us, whoever wants to participate in it. It doesn't have to be everybody, but after we get done with all of the corporation tasks, we're going to go and literally we're going to buy some couches, and we're going to go park out at one of the locations and put the couches and have a 8 SCU thing of beer, and we're literally just going to hang out at these locations and help people load, and that's all we're going to do.
Are we going to run interference too? Try and protect some of these freaking guys?
So
are we going to be the bad guy turned good?
After a brief pause, and I think this is from dramatic effect, he said, and Chrono said that, and then Machina is gonna come and show up and just take everything. So I'm like, oh man, actually that would be kind of cool. Just one day to like help people in and out, like if fulfill the full role. Because like I said, we play a lot of different things.
Yeah.
There
We're
have
not
been
a
times
one type org. We do everything.
Yeah, and there's been times where like there's been griefers out at orbital markers just sitting camping, just shooting ships out of the sky. And we've gone out and like let's take care of these guys, like clear the air. And so there's times where we're not griefers. We like do actual pirating where we'll take your stuff and we're not just there to eliminate your ship and everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes, heck, that's how we get people into our org. That's how we grow. Like, hey, we're part of. You got people coming. We've got about 40 people on standby in like several capital ships and interceptors. So
yeah,
hope you have more than 3 guys coming to help you out.
Well, it's like the other night when we were doing it on Saturday, and we blew up for some reason. I think we were heading back, and yeah. That's what happened.
I was trying to go to repair, and I got citizened.
Yeah, your quantum stuck on, or your nav mode stuck on, and we just barreled into the freaking station at Mach Jesus.
Mach, take me, Lord.
Right, and that's when that Polaris came back, and I hopped in my Retaliator, went out there, and I just started. Mind you, the Retaliator only holds 6 torpedoes, so but I went out there and I just freaking started dumping torps into that Polaris. I know I got 2 good hits on them before the PDC started taking out the rest, and I'm just like, all right. You know, but it's just one of those things that it's like, if you're going to bring in your friends, you're going to try and go, hey, fuck you guys. I got, 3 friends on the way. We got 40 plus coming.
Make sure you evaluate the situation before you go pulling that I'm better than you card.
We need clan tags in the game, CIG, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, we do.
Like, so people know when they see a bunch of players with Mach in front of their name, all in one location. Oh, great, guys, we got an org here. Like, I don't like the fact we have to scan to see player names. I kind of liked the old way of doing it, and like
that part of immersion doesn't need to be in the game. Like, there's so many ways to identify without having to scan. Heck, you look at an aircraft in modern day, they've got an N number on the side of the aircraft where you can easily, if you know who it is, you can identify them. Or, I mean, frick, some people have their names plastered on side of the planes. You can identify them by paint schemes or whatever it is.
The IFF.
Somebody from
we have IFF.
Yeah, and in the realm of what Star Citizen is supposed to be, you can't tell me that the IFF won't tell you. Like, I could see if somebody was pirating, they could turn off their IFF or they could mask it somehow. But the everyday Joe is not going to go take the time to go
turn
and
off the transponder.
Yeah.
Like, you got a game that takes place 955 years in the future. Oh, sorry, 900 and like whatever, 20 years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fucking tell me that we ain't got a system that shows who's friendly and who's a random everyday fucking player? Really? Like, come on. We have that shit nowadays. It's called IFF, like we just said twice. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. 4.2.1. It's a lot of fun. Is it a hot buggy mess right now? God, yeah. They need to do. And I've noticed that, because if you remember when 4.2 was out, 4.21 went into Evocati right away. They have yet to put 4.2.3 or 4.2 whatever the next patch is in Evocati.
They're too busy putting out fires.
Yeah. And I mean, we mentioned this last week. Did we think this was going to go from RC3 to an RC4 or 5? I thought maybe it was going to go to an RC4. I turned out to be wrong. Knight was correct. It stayed at RC3. And they released it. This needed more time in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
It needed more baking time. Hands down, this should have gone to RC 4, 5, 6, 10. I don't care. Stop releasing stuff that is broken. Like, I get it if it's working on the internal universe they're playing on. But game developers know if it works on the internal version, it may not work properly on the live environment. And I really wish... Now, CIG has gotten better this year with their patches. They used to be hot fucking messes, and lately they seem to be getting better. And then, like you said, they kind of backstepped a little bit here, and they went back to kind of 4.0, because 4.0 was a rough start with the prison system being broken and the elevators being broken. I mean, there was so much wrong when 4.0 launched that I was, like I said, I was stuck in prison for 32 hours straight. Even after, even after complete, like I haven't even logged in since I went to prison the other night. But
that's funny.
But yeah, they fixed it. I found workarounds. Were they pain in the ass workarounds? Yes. Because as a content creator, I shouldn't be, like, if I'm live, my viewers are not going to have a good time watching me server hop, server hop, server hop, server hop, server hop until I find a working elevator in the prison. Or the same thing that happened in 4.1 when we were trying to get off of Orison and we'd fall through the platform when getting off the friggin' tram. Like,
oh, yeah.
Those kind of workarounds, yes, you can leave, you can join in, but every now and then you get server locked. And then you're stuck. From 20 minutes of a wait time to a few hours. Like, so stability-wise, I mean, the servers were running good.
They were 4.2.0. They were beautiful.
And
for the
even
most
for
part.
4.21, the servers were stable. And then now they're just, I mean, that's why they did a server maintenance today. Which, CIG, make that a weekly fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
These servers need downtime. RAM gets filled up. RAM needs to be offloaded, emptied, and, you know, the damn machine needs a rest. Even if it's for 3 hours. Your players can survive 3 hours without their fucking beautiful game.
Lord knows some people need a break.
Yeah, no shit.
My very first stream, I say this all the time, my very first stream playing this game was 14 hours, and I could very easily do that again and again and again and again because there's so much to do. Nothing, and I quote Evil Tactics. Nothing in Star Citizen is quick.
No. My average stream in Star Citizen, even back in the day. Oh. Okay. My average stream was like 8 hours. Normal stream. Star Citizen streams, 14 to 16 hour streams. And there was one night my wife comes out and goes, "You gone to bed?" What time is it? I look at my watch. It's fucking 9:30 in the morning on Saturday morning. I'm going, guys, I got to go to bed. I was on from 5 o'clock in the evening till 9:30 the next day. Nothing in this game is quick.
I think for I'm getting really close. So for my 900th episode, let's see, I am at
You're like 860, aren't you?
890. I'm at, so my next stream, which is supposed to be after this, should be not 898.
Oh wow.
If I play my cards right, I could do 899 on Friday.
And Saturday.
And
will
then
be 900.
Saturday will be my 900th. I'm thinking about doing a 24-hour Star Citizen stream
You are gonna
for
die.
900.
You are gonna, dude. You better have that thing behind you. I know the name. I can't think of it. Which normally has alcohol in it.
That's a decanter. It's got rum. It's got white rum in it right now because
Okay. You better
doctors
have.
got me on strict diet.
You better have that and a shit ton of water, because you might have to get drunk to finish out the last few hours of a 24-hour stream.
So let me back this up a little bit so you guys can actually see a little bit more of what's going on here. So over here next to me, this is where my water cup sits. It's sitting underneath a water dispenser that's connected to a 5-gallon water barrel underneath, and then this is my ice maker. So when it comes to water, I don't ever have to freaking get up. That's why you probably never see me get up, except to go to the bathroom from time to time. So I've legit got a hydration station over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Knight's next purchase, it's going to be a Lazy Boy recliner with a toilet seat in it. That way you don't ever have to get up. I mean, you got all your sustenance. Okay, let me guess. You got to have snacks in one of those drawers.
No. This is all like
no granola bars, no nothing. Really?
No, that's like glasses cleaner and stuff for cleaning peripherals and whatnot. And the other one, I think I've got screwdrivers and whatnot in, just tools.
I'm surprised.
So what I have for snacks is out of view, just so it's not on stream. And when, so I work for a casino. At one point, they were they restocked. They cleared out all of their old like food carts. So instead of disposing, I asked like, hey, can I take a couple of these? I've actually got food trays from the poker room from the casino. And I wheel them in, and I have like enough to put a plate on there, some snacks, and like a smorgasbord that's right under here, so it doesn't touch my desk.
I've got something for you. I want to know if you think you could do this. You have a sit stand desk, right?
Yeah, I've got the Magnus Pro # not sponsored.
Okay. For stream 950, if you're gonna do a 24-hour Star Citizen for 900. For 950, you do a 12-hour standing stream.
So, okay, I got one more thing for you here.
Okay.
A little bit about my personal life. I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago. Doctor said, "Okay, you've been living a sedentary life. I've been playing way too much." He didn't actually say that, but I, in short, need to take better care of myself. Part of my life has been sitting in front of here doing Twitch streams, and my wife is from Canada, so we have a relationship over video games and screens. That's how we do it right now. But to take care of my health, I have to eat better. I have to get exercise. I have to get out walking, moving, whatnot. I've got a walking pad that I put underneath this desk. I have, because my desk is metal, a magnetic camera mount that I'm going to put underneath my desk.
Okay, so you're going to do a 12-hour walking?
At some point, I mean, I could do a 12-hour walking stream where, like, if you want to keep me going, you redeem channel points or whatever. It's not entirely going to be, money incentive, but the camera is intended to be pointed down at the treadmill so you could see the distance that I've walked in the stream. And I will continuously walk at a pace. I think the slowest you can walk is like 0.6 of a mile an hour. So it's nice and slow and you're not doing anything crazy. But you can see the treadmill. And
you're going to get so tired during that stream, you better keep your pants on. If you're
I'll
gonna
have
a
shorts on. I'll
if you're gonna have a
hydration,
camera facing down, you better make sure your pants don't accidentally fall down.
For the record, it pointed directly at the monitor. There's a screen on the treadmill that shows the distance and the mileage and everything. So,
Okay,
but-
let me change that up then. 6
Okay.
hours standing, 6 hours walking. Split it up. You think
okay,
you can do that?
I could do that. I could definitely do that. I'm actually, I'm so far. I can't believe I'm going to divulge this, but it really doesn't matter because hopefully it inspires somebody. I started out in my heaviest weight that I've ever been in my entire life at 295. I'm 6'2".
So you're taller
6'2",
than me.
295.
Yeah.
I gained about 100 pounds in the last 6 years. A lot of shit went down in my life.
Yeah.
So dealing with depression and whatnot.
I feel you. I've put on weight again.
Yeah. So my goal is to get back down to a minimum of 210. That's what I want to get back down to because that was what my comfortable weight was when I was in better shape. I'm already down to, and I've been doing this for about 2-ish weeks. I can't remember when my doctor appointment was, but I've been doing this for around 2 weeks. I'm down from 295 to 270. So I'm already down 14 pounds.
Sorry.
It's all good.
My cat went after my
Cat
foot.
attack?
My cat went after my foot, and then I kicked the wheel on my chair.
Ouch. Don't whammy.
So down 14 pounds. Nice.
Down 14 pounds already.
I mean, all right. We went down Soap Opera Road here, so I'll go down it. I'll go down it as well. So I've always been a football build, right? I played football in high school. I played a lot of sports. I played soccer, baseball, basketball, and football. When my knees started going bad, I was diagnosed with a condition called PFS when I was 17, sorry. I was still in high school, which is patellofemoral syndrome. It's where I have jagged bone spurs behind my kneecap, which eat through the cartilage. So my left knee is bone on bone, more or less. So I hear it click and clack all the time. And mind you, the jobs I've had for the last 20 years have more or less been on my feet, walking, heavy lifting, kneeling, all that. On average, I walk for 10 hours a day. That was my job for 6 years. It's kind of what I'm doing again until next week. And then, I'll be working in an non-climate controlled production facility. So it's going to be hot. So that should help me there. But my heaviest weight that I've ever noticed was 230 pounds. I'm 6 foot. I'm like half an inch, whatever that is, 5'11" and a half, roughly 6 foot.
You're 6 feet. You can round up.
Yeah,
Good enough.
My highest weight was 230. In 2010, when I was a couple years after high school, I started dropping weight in high school. It was 230 in high school, started dropping weight, got down to 180. I kept dropping weight. Now, I was eating like a fucking pig. Pizza, sodas. I just kept losing weight.
Since COVID, DoorDash has been my enemy. So
I know. The lowest I ever got down to was 155. And that for me, my dad thought I was on drugs. But I was not. I was just, my metabolism just spiked, I guess. I want to get back down to, I'd be happy with like 175, 180. Because, but like what you just said, a lot of shit in your life goes wrong. Just like a lot of shit goes wrong in Star Citizen. And depression is a motherfucker. Like, I get that people get on antidepressant meds, go for therapy, whatnot. My therapy is I get on my motorcycle, wind therapy. Just go for a cruise, clear my fucking head, jam out to some music. I used to
Star
smoke
Citizen is my therapy.
Yeah, I used to smoke cigarettes. I quit smoking when the wife got pregnant, and now I just vape. But trust me, this entire time I've been out of work, oh my god, the urge to not pick up smoking again is insane. Like, I'll watch Sons of Anarchy or some TV show, and they'll light up a cigarette, and I'm sitting there going, oh. Or, you know, they'll crack open a beer. Like, I don't drink that often. I got a mini fridge with beer that's over a year old. But I will definitely try doing something similar. Now, I mean, I ain't got no fucking sit-stand desk because my desk is 8 fucking feet long. So,
And like 500 pounds.
Yeah. It's probably got 500 pounds worth of fucking equipment on it. But I would definitely, like, I would definitely go, like, live stream, like, just walking around, fucking do, you know, weight loss goals if it actually, you know, helped. Because, yeah, I'm not getting any younger, but I definitely want to get in better shape and whatnot. And I applaud you for doing that. So a 6-hour standing and a 6-hour walking stream is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually like that idea. There'll be some things that I want to add into it. Obviously, like I want to put back into my stream what is given to me. So one other thing, I don't know if you're aware, I actually do have Machina merch in my store.
Yeah.
My merch store. I've talked to Chrono about this. Anything that sells out of that portion is going to go into like giving away actual legit pledge ships on behalf of Machina. So when I do those streams, like, hey, like if you want to be part of this,
I was actually thinking about doing the same thing.
Like, I don't know if you're in my stream. No, I'm live, but just turns my wall colors to like, hey, by the way, hi.
No, that wasn't me.
No, that was my wife. It popped up in I'm not live, but it popped up on my Twitch chat because I've got everything like ready to does Furno as, you know.
Yeah, it's the wife.
Yep, I instantly saw it because it popped up right there. I've got a when I'm looking at you, I'm looking at my teleport. Yeah,
we're over here.
Well, we will what the heck am I trying to say? Any merch that is sold from Machina, anything Machina branded, the profits will go into a pool to give away pledge ships.
Yeah, I had thought about doing the same thing with those challenge coins, and you know, but those challenge coins don't go to me. I only had the one made, and I really didn't like the way it turned out, so I haven't had it redone or anything. Plus, money's been tight. But I even thought about doing the same thing, coming up with some, you know, Star Citizen or Machina merch, and yeah, giving back to the guys, because out of all the orgs I've been in, and I've been in a few, this one seems like a solid group of people. You know, so that would definitely be something I would definitely think into and, you know, want to do and just have fun. But we kind of jumped off the subject here a little bit. Little side tangent.
Yeah, we completely derailed like 20 minutes ago. It's all good, because one of the things that I like about the conversations that we've had in Star Citizen, the ones that kind of sparked this idea of citizen talk and all the conversation, the candid conversations after org night, or we're doing something in the game and suddenly we have a debate about what CIG is doing or what we think should be done better, or if we have an idea that could get implemented, and the conversation we have in citizen talk happening organically after we get the topics that we meant to talk about. When that happens, it's excellent. So it'll be cool to look back on this podcast and go, that was cool.
Well, and that's the great thing about Star Citizen, is it's an actively developing game. to where every week, for the most part, we will always have something to talk about.
Mhm.
Maybe we ran into a bug. Maybe we found a workaround for a long-standing bug that has been plaguing people left and right. That's the great thing about Star Citizen, and yeah, me and you talked one night, and we were just like, "Hey, you want to do this?" Thought about it. Yeah, why not? So we both chose to sit here and start up Citizen Talk because a lot of people talk about the main stuff. No one really goes on the side tangent. No one really goes on what help can we offer as two content creators who have been backing the game at two different times, so we have two different experience levels, offer a new player base and even existing players. Because maybe an existing player is so fed up with the game and the bugginess, and they tune in, whether it's on YouTube or they tune in on Twitch one night. Like last week, we got raided by El Guapo.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. Like, my mind is still blown because we're at 23 followers on here. We talk about the most random stuff inside Star Citizen, which makes us different from other podcasts because we don't stick to a tight script. We try to stick to a 2-hour window, which we're already a half hour over that. But, it's one of those things that's like, we come up with these ideas on the fly, with some of these conversations on the fly, live, while we're doing this right now. And we both have different takes on it. We both have different views of opinion on piracy and, different views of opinion on what we did last weekend as an org. Was it ethical? Tomato? That's a gray area.
Potato, pistachio.
Exactly. Makina was the pistachio.
It's part of the game, and I get that not everybody's gonna like it, but that's what I also like about Star Citizen is you can try different things in the game to keep things fresh, and if you don't like it, you don't have to freaking do it. But you can try it.
Exactly. If you don't want to run cargo, guess what? Go salvage. But guess what part of salvaging is? Running cargo.
I still think one of the coolest things that we did is there was a group of guys they had a C2 running these missions. They interdicted the C2, took over the C2. We were able to fly the C2 out into dead space. We offloaded all the cargo into dead space instead of just like sitting there and unloading it and reloading into a ship. Got the C2 going, and shortly after we got the ship unloaded, they followed the ship marker out to dead space, and then they got into a battle, and my responsibility was cleanup. Did I necessarily have to pick that responsibility? Was I told to do it? No, it was more like in the spur of the moment, suddenly, all of a sudden, we're getting attacked by the group of people that were trying to reclaim their ship.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that we had offloaded everything already. So we're sitting about 17 kilometers away from this massive space battle that's going on. You could see it in the distance.
Oh, that was when I came in with the raft.
That was when you showed up with the raft, which was clutch, by the way, because we didn't want to be sitting out there any longer. We had an Idris that was sitting not too far away that could protect us a little bit from smaller ships. But any moment we could have gotten attacked if one of those ships just happened to look over where we were. And
or
we
been
were able
flying
to
in quantum and they get a marker on their radar going, hey, there's someone right fucking here, and you drop out of quantum and just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And you find out,
Yeah.
and that's the thing about Star Citizen. You're not locked into jumping between one point. Someone's going to pop up on your radar.
Yeah, and that was just like a spur of the moment decision. Like, okay, everybody else is gone here. Do I join in the fight? No, I'm going to stay here and load everything, secure the cargo because they got that handled.
Yeah.
And then here comes Evil with I'm trying to think of the name of the song that I was thinking in my head at the same time. When you flew in, all I heard is da 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 da.
Oh God, I know the song. I can't think of the name. I know it, but I can't think of it. Yeah, right.
It's
Like,
just so funny.
oh, like, and that's what makes Star Citizen such a great game. Is there's yes, you're doing one type of thing in the game, but then it spirals into something completely different. Like, and that's what's fun about this game is we're not locked into doing one thing. If we want to go pirate, we can go pirate, but we can pirate in our own way. We could sit at an OM marker, sure, wait for someone to do it, or we can figure out, okay, if they're leaving from this position and they're going to Seraphim, where's if they're going to go for the direct line, where do I have to be to where I can watch my radar, see the ship coming up in radar, and hit my quantum snare and just yank them out? And it's things like that. Is there's so many gameplay loops that you create. Yeah, that you create yourself in this game. And that's one of the things, like, I know this is an event, so come 4.3, it's going to be gone. I really hope they bring things like this back. I mean, it's kind of the supply or die all over again, minus
the millions.
Minus this stuff being in the store. But yeah, I mean, if we could sell this, why don't we have a third option where we could get all this stuff and just go sell it? Screw Hurston, screw ArtCorp, screw all of them. I just want to sell this shit. Let me make some millions that way. Like, why not give us a third option? And, I guess that's something I'd like to see in 4.3 and, some of these, new upcoming updates. Overall thoughts are, when it works, it's fun, this new update. I really hope it's smooth sailing come tomorrow, come Friday night, because I'll probably be on relatively late. Hopefully go live. If I fucking remember to hit the damn live button. But, and then Saturday, we're going to do Org Night again and hopefully do that as well, go live for that. But I don't know. What do you want to see in 4.3 and then, or 5.0, whatever they're going to call it, in August? I mean, this is kind of the fourth and fifth point together, because I know we're both crunching for time and I do have to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm like, Chrono's like, he sent me an invite a little while ago. I'm like, I'm still doing Citizen Talk. Hold on. So we gotta wrap here in a little bit, but
maybe you should be in here, bitch.
4.3.
Hey, what do you want to see? I mean, I know the one thing we want to see.
Ironclad.
Yeah. I think that's going to be IAE. Maybe Citizen Con. But, yeah.
Some element of either base building or engineering. They've been talking about it for quite a while. And I would like to see some progress towards either one. Even if it's a shack that you can buy on one of the planets or one of the moons or whatever it is. Like some form of base building.
Well, we're supposed to be able to buy these habs that we spawn in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're supposed to be able to have multiple habs at multiple planets. Like you'll have your primary residence, but they have said in the past we're supposed to be able to, when we go to click into the universe, we'll be able to select. Obviously we'll connect to the shard, but before we get in the shard, it'll say, hey, which location do you want to go to? Yeah.
Oh, That would be really nice.
Yeah. So
That kind of give you a fast travel element though, and I have a feeling that they don't like fast travel.
no, because nothing in Star Citizen is fast.
Nope,
Not even the
it is
ships.
not.
They have them limited right now.
Yeah. So my biggest thing, I'm going to say this every time, is that freaking ironclad, because there's so many things. This again, I've got something else to share with you off stream, and it's not that I don't want to share it with the rest of the world, but one of the things that we like to do in Machina is test things out, and like we go too crazy with it. And for the record, it's not like a cheese or a hack or anything. It's just a process in the gameplay that you want to see if it works out better than others. It's kind of like the mining versus turning in, you know.
Hey, question quickly. Are you on push to talk?
No.
All right. Every
At the
now and
moment?
then your mic cuts out.
It's probably because I turned my face away from the mic, and my microphone is rather sensitive. It also could be the software that we're using.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, we're using Discord.
Oh yeah.
We don't do the audio through freaking video. I've been noticing it earlier, and I didn't think note of it, but the last couple seconds it had been cutting out. So I don't know if maybe the noise gate is just too sensitive or what. But
Maybe I usually don't have any issue. I don't know what's going on. It could be just our connection.
yeah, it might just be internet because it just did it again when you were just talking there.
Really?
So ironclad would be nice for 4.3.
Yeah, I know it's not. I mean, they're working on, according to sources, they're reworking I think the layout and just working on like how you traverse the ship. They're also working on just some of the not compartments, but how you know the command module is supposed to break off and you could like separate from the main ship. They're supposed to be working on that so that it works on the Caterpillar as well. So they are anticipating maybe some delays, but I mean they're trucking along. They're working on it.
Yeah, I mean I'm curious to see what the update for July is. We saw in June that they were making good headway on the Apollo and the Apollo Triage and the Perseus and ships like that. So I'm curious to see how far they got in the last month. I mean, and I'd love to see that Squadron 42 newsletter have something more than some stupid bullshit over, languages. Like, give us an update on how development of that game is going since it's being finalized, because it's either going to release in the next 6 months or it's going to release in the next year and a half to maybe, because they said 2026. So it's either going to be quarter 2 or quarter 4 of 26 is my guess. I can't see them launching quarter 1. I'd say quarter 2 probably, but yeah.
I know it's not in game, but I would like to see updates on just other things, more accurate updates other than, we can't tell you because we don't want to put a definite timestamp on these things, but we can tell you that definite progress is being made. It's such a cop out.
It really is, and I'm tired of them not giving us dates. Like, okay, at least give us. You can put in there that the date is not definitive. Like, we're not writing it in stone. But give us an idea. And if you're not going to make that idea, whether it's on a ship release or a feature release, at least give us some kind of idea of when you think it's coming. Is it coming quarter 1, quarter 2? Is it coming in June of 2026? Like,
an accurate estimation would even throw us a freaking bone here.
Yeah, just a guesstimate. I'm happy with that. But
don't quote me on this, but the guesstimate is this.
Yeah. 4.3, I don't know. The more these updates go on throughout the year, they've given us the Hathor, which is a permanent thing. They've given us the ASD, which is a permanent thing. I'd like to see more things in Stanton.
Mm-hmm.
besides just mining and running cargo. I'd like to see a lot more of that.
Medic missions, to be more medic missions would be nice. Every
Yeah.
time they've thrown a patch, they've kind of thrown me for a loop. I don't know what to expect. Partly because I'm still technically new to the game compared to the age of the game. But like when we went from supply or die to the Hathor missions, I'm like, we went from like running cargo to mining, and it was not only mining, but it was also like PvE combat and PvP combat to this worm. And I'm like, that was kind of off in left field.
Well, they
Because I don't really
showed
pay
that worm back in 2019.
I haven't looked back in the lore, so to me it was kind of like, I don't know what to expect. I haven't been keeping track nearly as much as I should have to like what's coming up, what they're working on. And that's kind of crazy that they're showing stuff that far out in advance.
Yeah.
Because again, bring back Fortnite, they only do leaks and like tidbits of what the next season is going to be like, maybe a year or a few months in advance. They don't let that stuff out. They don't. It's. I feel like if you're telling somebody that, hey, this is going to come in 2030, like, why are you telling us in 2025?
Yeah.
Don't throw that piece of meat out there and expect us to be happy waiting five years for it. What are we going to get in the next few months? What are we going to get next year? What can they tell us for sure?
And that's been the biggest problem with CIG is, and this goes back CitizenCon's like all the way back to CitizenCon 2016. They showed the worm in 2019. We got that 6 years later, or it might be 2020, 2022. I might be mistaken, but they showed the worm years ago.
And I could get part of blaming that on COVID, but still.
Yeah. You know, COVID fucked up a lot of stuff for game developers. And it fucked up a lot of stuff in the world, period. But I understand that the technologies grow too. And that this game is tech driven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not tech reliant, but it's tech driven. And certain aspects of it are tech reliant, like server meshing. They had to get server meshing working in order for us to have what we have now. Because before, if a server went in the server error, that was it. 99.99999% of the time, it was not coming back from that server error. It was crashing. Now, what kind of crash you got? Might be a 30K, might be a 60K. So, 1, you didn't lose everything. 2, you lost everything. You lost everything that was on your ship when you spawned back in. So, I don't know. I 4.3, I want to see more stability.
Yes, always.
I'm fine with the content we have now. I would like to see maybe a few more different missions, you know, maybe a few more different types of bounty missions, escort missions, some of the stuff that they did, maybe a couple more of the UE Navy training missions. But 4.2.1 has been very unstable, and they gotta work on that, whether that's server maintenance windows or keeping stuff in the oven a little longer. Because I think had they released it this week, just before, it'd still be a July patch, but had they released 4.2.1 this weekend, we probably wouldn't have these issues. So,
Yep.
That's really about it. This has been a long one tonight.
Yeah, we're pushing
Almost
close to 3 hours.
Yeah. It's been a long one tonight, and we started late. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, odds are, ladies and gentlemen, odds are we are going to be going to Saturdays, preferably before. I'll have to figure that one out. But probably Saturday, maybe. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Saturdays, I think. But me and Knight will hash it out. We'll figure out our times, and then you might actually get a twofer on Saturdays because that's when we try to do after dark, after Org Night. So maybe you guys will get a twofer on Saturdays. Yeah, yeah, get a two. Not a threefer. No. But I mean, technically you're getting a fourfer because I'll be live. Knight's live.
If you're streaming, we can make it a four-way.
Yeah, right.
Star Citizen Talk, and then our streams going, and then we together we'll do the collab, so we have shared chats, and then after that we'll Citizen After Dark, or yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably be going to Saturday nights. It's just going to be better with both of our schedules because my new gig, I'm going to be second shift after I'm done with whatever training bullshit they got to do, which is first shift. And yeah, so I'll be, and then nights working later.
On Wednesday, like tonight, I had to sprint home from work because I was late. I'm like, crap. But
no, don't do that. I don't want you getting into a car accident. Not worth
Thankfully, I live 8 minutes away, so.
Well, that's good. Yeah. But yeah, next week we'll see. We do not have a episode scheduled for it yet, but we will. We'll have to see. I'm gonna keep my ear to the ground like I normally do. Listen to a couple of, while I'm at work, cooling off in the car, going through YouTube videos, seeing what other people are talking about. Maybe they found something I didn't know about, or they heard something from, a little birdie. And yeah, we'll keep going with it. But as for this moment, next week's Citizen Talk is it might be unscripted. We'll just have to figure out what we're going to talk about. Maybe we'll have some guests on. If we can get Chrono
nice.
on, or a couple of the org guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're doing good. 4.21, the Rocky Road.
That's the title for this 4.21 Rocky Road.
It's been a rocky road. I mean, CIG, you got to do something. But, yeah. I want to thank you guys for coming by. As usual, be safe. Have a good night. I am Evil Tactics. The guy to my right, my left on the screen, but my right is Mr. Blue Knight. Show us some love, show us some support, and we will see you folks in the next one. Thank you for coming by. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
And don't get pirated.
Bye, Makina.